On August 14, 1999, and 1 year later on August 19, 2000 on the Fox Kids Network, America was introduced to Tai and the rest of the Digidestined and their monster companions in Digimon, Digital Monsters, which covers both the Adventure 1 and 2 series. Even though there were some flaws in those two shows, the fans really took to the characters. No matter what the adaptation of Digimon was created, the fans grown attached to Tai, Agumon, and the game. So much so that Toei Animation produced a film series based off the two TV series celebrating its 15th anniversary called Digimon Adventure Tri that ran from 2016 to 2018 in America. However, the movie that I'm about to review not only serves as a love letter to the fans, but it also serves what could possibly be the series finale to the OG Digimon Adventure story. So grab your Digivice and prepare for one last ride into the digital world as I review Digimon Adventure Last Evolution Kizuna. 5 years after the events of Digimon Adventure Tri, Tai and the other Digidestined are approaching adulthood. However, Tai and Matt, while attending college, are still undecided about their goals. Matt, Izzy, Tiki, and Tai both meet up with a woman named Manoa Belushi, a professor from the United States, and his quote-unquote assistant, Kayutaro Imura. Manoa claims that a Digimon named Eosmon is targeting Digidestined all around the world by taking both them and their Digimon partner's consciousness. With her help, Tai, Matt, Tiki, and Izzy fight Eosmon on the World Wide Web. During the fight, after when Matt and Tai's partners DNA digivolve into Omnimon and appear like they got Eosmon beat, suddenly,
what's wrong? Omnimon!
and Eosmon makes his great escape. Back in the real world, both Tai and Matt find countdown rings on their updated Digivices. Manoa explains to them that their Digivices are powered by the infinite potential of children, and because Matt and Tai are now adults and have their potentials fulfilled, their Digimon will be Thanos once their timer expires. She also warns them that Digivolving will accelerate their countdown. While Lizzie looks at the fragments of Eosmon, Matt sees Imura talking to someone on the phone and thinks that he controls Eosmon. He then contacts Davis, Cody, and Ken, who are in New York eating some ramen, and tells them to do a background check on both Manoa and Imura. Yoli eventually joins them in New York later, after her business trip in Spain was complete. Meanwhile, Gemini, not the Dark One, visits Tai in the apartment and...
Tai? Huh? What are these things? They're nothing. They're not mine. I'm just holding them for a friend. If they're nothing, then let me see them. Only grown-ups can look.
Holy crap, Tai! Anyways, he goes to the apartment and then confirms Manoa's statement to Tai and Agumon. I mean, jeez, Tai, really? While Eosmon leaves Mimi unconscious and Joe tends to her at the hospital, Matt gives Tai and Izzy prepaid mobile phones out of the suspicion that Big Brother is listening and watching, and shows them an article that Manoa used to have a Digimon partner too named Morphomon. As Matt continues to investigate Imura, he learns from Davis and the others that Imura's identity is fake, and Eosmon's data was found in his hard drive, making him the culprit. Around in between Matt's investigations, we cut to Soro holding onto Biyomon and saying that she doesn't want to fight anymore, and holds Biyomon tight. Wait a minute, that's someone like her. She always helps out whenever someone's in trouble. Things get real pretty fast. When back in Izzy's office, he gets sent a link to a live stream video of TK and Kari being held hostage, which prompts Matt and Tai to go after them. By the time they find them, they are already unconscious from the Eosmon. When all this is going on, Manoa shows up at Izzy's office while Matt encounters Imura. Imura reveals to Matt that he is not controlling the Eosmon, but he is indeed an FBI agent and he has been investigating Manoa. Manoa, meanwhile, wants to see the list of the Digidestined in Izzy's computer, Izzy, knowing what's going on, he texts Tai using the prepaid cell phone from earlier, and this is when Izzy reveals the truth.
We were battling it out in cyberspace. I managed to recover a piece of Eosmon.
Did you now?
Based on my analysis of the data, Eosmon contains a number of formulae that had to be written by a human being. And when I looked into them deeper, it led me to a certain someone. Menoa Bellucci. Eosmon is an artificial Digimon created by none other than you.
I guess you really are as smart as they say.
Now that's scary. But either way, it doesn't stop Noah from accomplishing her job by rendering Izzy unconscious and taking the list. Matt and Imura head back to Izzy's office to try to arrest Manoa, but it is too late. Tai heads back to the office to reveal that the text messages that he received from Izzy were coordinates to the digital world. And given their current situation, Matt warns Tai about the ramifications if they stop Manoa and fight Eosmon. Tai pretty much says that there is no other way to go, and they head on over there to the digital world to try and save the unconscious Digidestined. As they arrive and find Manoa, she confirms that she lost her partner Digimon prematurely from growing up and discovered Eosmon's Digi-Egg during the recent Aurora. She also explains that to prevent the other Digidestined from experiencing the same fate as she did, she captures their consciousness to allow them to be with their partner Digimon forever, in a place called...
Welcome to the Neverworld! The perfect place to be a child forever.
Not to be confused with another realm. Anyways, Manoa sends a swarm of Eosmon clones to the real world and kidnap them using the list that she stole from Izzy on his computer, and it sparks battles worldwide. In New York, Davis and the other Digidestined take the fight to them. Meanwhile, in the Netherworld, Manoa fuses with Eosmon and cuts Omnimon to ribbons, which causes them to split again. Tai and Matt are being held down by the Digidestined and their Digimon, but Tai grabs Kari's whistle and blows on it. We then cut to Sora and... Well, wait a minute, where's Biyomon? Well anyways, the Digidestined turn back to normal and join the fight. We then cut to Sora again and... Oh no. Well, she said that she believes in them and the fight is on. While the Digidestined and their Digimon join the fight, Tai, Matt, and their Digimon make one final Digivolution, forming Agumon, the bond of courage, and Gabumon, the bond of friendship, and the two finally defeat Eosmon, Manoa finding closure with Morphomon in the end. After the battle concludes, Imura finally takes Manoa into custody and... it happens. Tai and Matt spend their last few remaining moments with Agumon and Gabumon respectively.
It's so hot. Well, it is summer. Tai, do you remember the first time we met? How could I forget? Wow, what an amazing view.
I like coming up here.
You still have that harmonica, huh?
It's actually a new one. I suddenly felt like playing again.
Well then, let's hear something. Hey, Tai?
What is it?
I want you to buy me some shaved ice.
Huh? You're such a handful. Your favorite is melon flavored, right?
You know, Tai, you sure have gotten big.
And you never change.
In case you didn't know, you're the best partner ever, Matt.
Agumon and Gabumon asks,
Hey, Ty,
Hey, Matt?
what will you do?
Tomorrow.
and they answer,
That's a good question. I guess no one knows.
What tomorrow may bring.
Both Matt and Ty take their eyes off of them for 1 second. By the time they turn
What can
around,
happen? Tomorrow?
We can...
they vanish, and the Digivices turn into stone. Oh, wait a minute. What? Biyomon went first before Agumon and Gabumon? Now I can see why Sora didn't want to fight.
And that was how we finally grew up. But our story hasn't ended yet. It's just digivolving in a new direction.
The following spring, the two move on with their lives and pursue their own careers, under the belief that they will see them again in the future. Oh, you have no idea.
But I can promise you this. I will see you again.
This movie gave me a whole lot of nostalgia and Easter eggs from the past, like Greymon vs. Parrotmon fighting in the city. You have the original Digivolving sequence, seeing the Digidestined from the past like Willis, along with Terriermon and Lopmon, including some of the Digidestined from the World Tour and the O2 series make a cameo in here, like Michael in the US, Maria from Mexico, Catherine from Paris, Derek from Australia, Nina from India, and the Poi brothers from
China!
as well as Meiko from the Tri-Series. Well, wait a minute, didn't her Digimon Meikomon die in the real world? Well, whatever, it's just nice to see her making a cameo again. Even though having the movie being centered around both Matt and Ty was a plus, it also worked against the film as well. And let me explain. In the film, like mentioned earlier in this review, Ty and Matt are both undecided about their own futures, because I believe that both Agumon and Gabumon were always holding them down. However, with them now gone, they can now actually focus and find out what they want to do for the rest of their lives. It also works against the movie as well because if this was the older Digidestined / Hurrah, why not just have some of the animated shorts from Digimon Adventure's 20th Memorial Story and put it into the film? That's all I'm saying. And people speculate that this was the conclusion to the story. I don't know about that, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree, and here's why. In the end credits, we see some of the older kids without their Digimon, while the two Digidestined still have theirs. This could lead to another potential opening to another film series based off of the O2 Digidestined, where it all leads to them getting back their older Digidestined's partners. I want to see more of the O2 Digidestined again. I mean, after all, we barely saw them try, if not at all. All I saw were their shadows. Only time will tell. But until then, Digimon, I just want to say, on behalf of all the Digidestined all around the world, thank you.